Britain's social housing stock was fit for a king. That was the boast in the 1930s when the government launched its ambitious building program to tackle the slums and the shortage of decent homes. By the end of the Second World War, the government had built 200,000 new homes for key workers, bringing hope and a better quality of life to those who lived there. Social housing in the UK was originally built as a solution to a housing crisis in the aftermath of the First and Second World Wars. It was part of a wider vision for a modern welfare state to provide good quality, affordable homes for working families and key workers. By the 1970s, more than a quarter of the UK's 21 million households, around 5.5 million people, lived in council housing. It was common, respected, and for many, life-changing. But everything changed in the 1980s. The introduction of the Right to Buy scheme allowed council tenants to purchase their homes at a discounted price. Many took the offer, gaining independence and ownership for the first time. But what followed was devastating to the system. Thousands of homes were sold off, but very few were ever replaced. Local authorities were stripped of the funds and the power to build new homes. And so they didn't. Today, the result is a national housing crisis. Social housing is scarce. Waiting lists are long, and the homes that do remain are often neglected and in serious disrepair. Families report living with black mold, leaks, infestations, and structural issues. Complaints go unanswered for months, sometimes years. Many are moved into temporary accommodation that is far from adequate, single parents and children living in hostels or cramped flats. The situation is not only unacceptable, it's dangerous. Meanwhile, the private rental sector is increasingly unaffordable. People who would once have qualified for council housing are now forced to pay high rents, often taking on debt just to keep a roof over their heads. Housing benefit, frozen for years, no longer covers the cost of even the cheapest private rents in many areas. There are over 1 million people waiting for social housing in the UK. Yet fewer social homes are being built today than at almost any point in modern history. Social housing was once a public good, a foundation for dignity, stability, and opportunity. But years of underfunding, privatization, and neglect have turned it into a system of last resort, burdened by stigma and political disinterest. We must remember this isn't just about buildings, it's about people. It's about the basic human need for a safe and secure place to live. Until we treat housing as a right, not just an asset, this crisis will continue and the consequences